Go once again, folks. Man, oh, I'm a little cockeyed with Petey in the background. There we go. Well, let's see who pops in this morning. Big day yesterday. Mm, all the hype. But all the stuff I was saying, there was no way that Trump wasn't going to get elected. A lot of states that were up for grabs, as they say, including Wisconsin, all went to Trump, or so they say. I guess it's not over till it's over, but we got a new president, that's for sure. And for the record, I didn't vote for Trump. I'm I'm not a fan of what comes out of his mouth when he talks about women. I couldn't vote for that guy. It just, but given the choices, he's a lot better for what this country needs than she was, that's for sure. But now that it's over, let's hope everybody can't we just all get along, Rodney King style? I don't know, man. I'm just praying that the drama is behind us and good old Trump will bring back some jobs. This country needs jobs, real bad. Well, I see 1 and 1. Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, man. Strange times we live in. Very, very strange times we live in. Oh, well, let's see if notices go out or if the gadget's going to give me more drama. I just never know. It's a little early for me to be coming out here and doing a live, but I was poking around on the gadget and listening to a lot of folks talking about the election. I thought, you know what? Let me plug in and see what the Misfits have to say about what they think about the election. 3 and 2. Well, good. Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, I just got my banner. I'm live. Jason Sanders, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm real curious to see how things unfold between now and whatever it is, January 1st, when Trump takes office. I'm good. Jackson Sanders, good. Glad to hear it. Delta, popular vote, electoral college, House, Senate, Supreme Court. Wow. People spoke with the loudest voice ever. Amen, Delta. Amen. And it was like I was saying in my live a few days ago. People want change. You know, they saw what Trump did when he was in office for 4 years. Then they saw what happened with Biden for 4 years. And clearly, this country wants change. We need jobs. We need to get people off the street. Good paying jobs. Really bad. My heart has always gone out to the homeless folks, man. In San Francisco, people would leave their leftovers in a bag and set it on top of a trash can. And the homeless people always knew to go check in those bags for food because that's just how they did it, right? A lot of folks don't want to interact with somebody that's homeless, but they want to help. And when I first got on YouTube back when I was drinking and, you know, when this thing was going on, you know what I'm talking about? Everybody was getting sick. All the restaurants had to close. So there was nobody leaving food on the trash cans for the homeless. And I used to be hollering, get a twofer, buy two meals, one for yourself, because everybody had to do takeout. You couldn't sit in the restaurant. You had to call in an order, get your food, and I would say, get some extra food and leave it on the trash can. With the restaurants closing, the homeless people are going to be starving. And the homeless population has exploded since then. You know, you're talking 2020, right before Biden got into office. Anyway, shall we see who's here? Tony's in the house. Good morning. Good to see you. Crazy Steve. I've been spanking through lives. Every black man is making it a race issues. Some smooth brain stuff. Anyway. Tony, yes, sir. Right, Steve. It's sad. Yeah, well, you know, there's going to be a lot of drama between now and Inauguration Day. You know this. People need to know how to behave with manners and respect, agree to disagree. There's so much I could say. Anyway, yeah, Tony, for sure. 6 and 6. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. The country needs to pull together. You know, I don't care red, blue, Republican, Democrat, 13, 14, whatever the beef is on the street, the country needs to pull it together, right? We got plenty of enemies outside of our borders causing a lot of drama. And if we're fighting amongst each other, it just makes it easier for them to give us a hard time. You know, Trump talked a lot of nonsense about sanctions and tariffs, which should bring jobs back to this country. But it's also going to cause drama, right? With Russia and China, you know, they are organizing, right? They're working together. The BRICS alliance. I keep harping on this stuff because it's going to make a big difference in our economy one day. And money's already tight. So whatever Trump does in office, he's got to get jobs for people on the street. You know, he's the kind of guy that believes in a gold standard too, right? He understands money. He's a businessman. That's why he got elected. People understand business. Whether they know how to mind their business or not, they understand business. Money makes the world go round, and when you don't have any, you're living on the freaking street. JK, there you go. Big smiley face. I'm not going to be surprised if someone tries to take him out again. I wouldn't be surprised either, Crazy Steve. Not in the least. But let's just hope the Secret Service is on their JOB, not like the first go-round. How that dude got away with what he did is beyond me. There's a lot of dirty politics, right? There's a lot of people in DC that shouldn't have those jobs. We got to go back to the old-fashioned way and start making our own stuff. Clothes, furniture, you name it, the parts that go into your car. All those things need to go back to the way they used to be. Cheeseburger. Started my new year last night and picked up my Xmas outfit. It just needs a Kevin McAllister jacket now. Hope everyone is well. Good to see you, Cheeseburger. Always a pleasure. Thanks for banging that button, you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, I didn't have anything in particular to get after as far as a topic out here, but I figured there'd be a fair amount of folks that would want to chat it up about what's going on with the election and whatnot. There was so much hype before the election, and now that it's over, let the fun begin. You know, just like Crazy Steve was saying, there's a fair amount of people out there that I have no doubt would like to bring Trump some harm, you know? Let's hope not, right? The fact that the election was such a big sweep for the red, and hopefully Trump has enough allies to actually put things in motion. You know, he's just one dude. He might be the president, but, you know, when it comes to politics, congressmen, senators, there's so much involved that no matter what Trump says or does, if he doesn't have people to back him, he ain't going to get anything done. But clearly the election went big time red. So it sounds to me like he'll have what he needs. So we'll see. We'll see. Now that Kamala didn't get elected, she was pushing for that unrealized capital gains. If you had a home and you've been living in it for 20 years and on paper it's only worth 100 grand, but because it's got 300 grand worth of equity, she wanted you to pay tax on that other 300 grand. Normally you don't have to do that until you sell it. So she was trying to pick the pockets of the people on the street. That's another reason why she didn't get elected. If Trump sticks to what he says, he'll put more money in the pockets of the people on the street. There's no doubt about it. A lot could happen between now and then, though. So how's everybody out there in the interwebs doing? Got kind of quiet. Cheeseburger, hope everyone is well. There you go. Yeah. For me, it's real simple. I need to sell this property, go back to California. I've been coming out here a long time, all the way through the mobile home park, and then after getting here and making videos every day, chronologically logging day by day. And I'm really hoping that when this chapter's closed and I'm not living in Wisconsin no more, and I'm back in California, I just want a quiet, simple life. I tried to come out here to do a charity, you know, feeding the homeless people, helping homeless veterans and foster children that get aged out. That's always been my thing. And it didn't work, man. I really did throw caution to the wind. I moved a long way from home, all by myself, and it bit me in the ass, more ways than one. But I learned a lot, and so when I go back home, I'll take those lessons with me. And if I can start a little dog rescue, I will, but I don't hold out much hope. The world is in a sad state of affairs. And the fact that I tried to open my home to strangers to start a charity and it didn't get anywhere taught me a valuable lesson. And that's why I say when I get back to Cali, I just want a quiet life. I'm tired of being stressed out, tired of being sick. I just want to get healthy, get a couple dogs, lead a nice, quiet life. And if I can help some folks, I will. But I'm a realist. I made a lot of mistakes. I was very angry, very upset about a lot of different things. Said a lot of shit out here I shouldn't have said. Stuff that I really didn't mean because I was upset and hurt. And I got a lot of work to do when I get back home. But home is home, right? I know what's waiting for me in California. I had no idea what was waiting for me when I moved here. It didn't work because people need to help themselves. Crazy Steve. LS is in the house. Hey, everyone. Good to see you, young lady. Crazy Steve. Why would you want to go back to Cali? My support group, my friends and my family, and not to mention hospitals of the highest caliber. You move to the cuts, your access to things are cut way off, and my access to whatever I need in Cali, I got connections there. I know people there. My support group and whatnot. Hospitals and doctors that I've already been to. So it's a no-brainer for me, Steve. I'm not looking forward to the taxes, but the only way I can afford to move back to Cali is whatever equity I got in this property, I pay for something in full so I don't have a mortgage payment. Buy something on the cheap, that keeps property taxes down too. So that's why I'm going back. Oh, look, Eric's in the house. Good morning, brother. Good morning to everyone. Good to see you. Cheeseburger. Not every project plans out in the end. Just never give up. There you go. San Gemino. Good to see you, homie. I hope to be home soon, brother. I'm doing everything I can to at least get back for a visit here real soon. Shurkin, howdy, Misfits. Good luck and God bless. Same to you, Shurkin. Good to see you. Healthcare is so complex as it is a bit of a business these days. Amen, LS. Well said. Very much so. And just like a good real estate agent or a good lawyer or a good doctor, you never know what you're going to get, especially if they don't come with references. See, I got doctors back home that I already know personally, that work at Stanford University, that work at UCSF, and those hospitals are top notch in the country. So I'll get my health issues squared away as soon as possible. I got some things that I need to take care of, and once they're taken care of, I'll run back home for a visit, stay for as long as I can, figure out whatever I can while I'm there, and then come back here and get this place sold and start over. And if I can do a little charity, I will. But that's not my big plan anymore. I'm worn out, I'm tired, I'm sick. I need to recharge my batteries. LS, do you pay for every visit there? It depends on the hospital. I mean, I just got Medicare, you know, Plan A, Plan B kind of stuff through Social Security, through my retirement. So it's not the greatest coverage. But as long as I don't need surgeries or anything like that, you know, a doctor visit here, a doctor visit there, this prescription, that prescription kind of stuff is not going to bankrupt me. You know, it's, everything's expensive in California. There's no doubt about it. And the only way I can pull it off is to buy something and pay for it in full so there's no mortgage. And if I need to put money towards medical coverage or towards doctor bills, then so be it. I mean, having a place to live doesn't do you any good if you're not alive. So I need to get healthy first and foremost. I'm going to try and see if I can find somebody, or maybe a couple of somebodies that might want to throw in on something, you know. I don't know. I have some plans, some people I want to talk to, and if I can find some folks that want to throw in on something, it makes it more affordable. And I'm tired of being a lonely old man. I need to go visit some friends, Sanjo. I want to go see my hometown. I want to go ride my Harley. You don't know how good you got it until you're gone. You know, there's a great deal that I miss about California. The weather. But there's a lot about Cali that I'm not looking forward to coming back to. You know, their taxes in Cali are out of control. The guy that runs that state is a piece of work. Who knows? Maybe Cali will go red one day. mm. uh, Painter dude, say, brother, what's happening? You're looking better. Thank you, LS. I got weight back on for sure. What happened to your little dog? She passed away, both of them. Top of the morning, Simply Human. Good to see you. My dog's dying changed me. Straight up changed me. I'm not angry no more. I'm not as sick as I was. I'm still sick. But my dog's taught me a great deal. And I'm going to take those lessons back to Cali with me. You know, I made a lot of mistakes when I came here. This complex PTSD that I learned about being angry and what gets me angry and why I get so angry and all that stuff. I needed to learn that stuff. I needed to learn from my mistakes. I needed to understand what it was I was doing and why I was doing it so that I don't do that no more. I rubbed a lot of anger off on a lot of good people. And when I get back to California, I got a lot of fences to mend, a lot of apologies to make. And hopefully in time, people will forgive my angry side, especially once they get to see I'm not that guy no more. Like I've said many times, I want to build a community, a tight-knit community of good friends that watch out for each other, that hang out. And in hard times, somebody's having a hard time, you help them out. That'll never change. That's just who I am. That'll never change. Kind act for a stranger, feeding a homeless person, rescuing dogs from the dog shelter. That's the good side of me, right? Once I get the angry side out of the way, my intentions are always good. Sometimes my delivery sucks, but my intentions are always good. Painter dude, I bet. I've been looking for you. Keep your head up. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Durkin's in the house. What's up, Johnny? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay today. Energy's still shitty. I've been taking whatever I can to boost my immune system. and I'm going to continue to do that. I just need to get to a doctor and get a proper diagnosis and get on the right medication, and I'm confident I'll get free and clear of my condition and get my energy back, and life will be good again. It's just been tough. Get a lot of people giving me grief. You throw that word parasite out there, people, their eyes roll in the back of their head. But there's no denying what I got and what I've been through. I got plenty of physical evidence to back my words. I just need to get it tested in a laboratory and not told by some doctor, I don't see what you see with a magnifying glass, not a microscope. I'm still very frustrated with that whole thing because I'm still sick. But I'm doing better. You know, taking the medication that I've been taking, I put on 35 pounds. So I know I'm healthier than I was, but I'm still sick. So that's first on my list when I get back home. I gotta be healthy. Anyway, LS, helping each other is super important. I see elders are good at that. They they help each other. It's not always your kids. Yeah, for sure. The younger generation came up in a different world than we did. They lack manners, you know, the simple things in life. Everything's fast, everything's on a gadget. You know, people don't know how to treat each other and behave around each other. Like we were talking the other day about kids connecting with AI on their gadgets, man. Humanity. We might be humans, but there's not a lot of humanity in the humans on this planet. I mean, just look at the politicians and all the shit that just went on. That's not humanity. I look forward to a simpler time. Handful of good friends, go for a ride every once in a while, meet up at the steakhouse or whatever and have dinner for somebody's birthday. I missed out on a lot. And I deeply regret moving here. It was a huge mistake. But I threw caution to the wind because I thought for sure, you're doing a charity, Johnny, it's all going to work out. It's going to be okay. You're trying to do something good. And you don't always get what you want in life. And if you're lucky, you'll get what you need. And I did. Like I said, my dog's dying was a real slap in the face when it came to just how angry I was. And the time I spent alone since they've been gone, a lot of reflection on what happened. I got so many things in my head right now. It's hard to believe what happened since I moved here. Most people think I'm full of shit, but I know what happened when I moved here. And it changed me. I'm more leery of strangers. Where before I was naive as to the way things really work. And when it comes to a small town, things in a small town are very different than the big city. In the big city, people don't care. In a small town, everybody cares. Everybody's in your business. One way or another. And when you're the outsider, you garner a lot of negative attention. So I'm just keep to myself while I'm still here, mind my business, do what I got to do to sell this property as quickly as possible. But I need people I can trust, a real estate agent that I can trust, a doctor that I can trust. And back home, I know a great deal of people, so I can network. Where out here, there was no network. I thought I had my foot in the door with the gal who said a prayer for me, and that's how I got here, kind of thing. But it didn't happen. I wasn't welcome here. Didn't matter that I was trying to do a charity and save dogs and help veterans and foster kids and whatnot. And none of that mattered. And like losing my dogs, that was a cold slap in the face. I thought country folk were going to be a lot more friendly and inviting. And it didn't turn out too well, to say the least. But I know good people in California. Like I said, I can network through folks that I know out there and have a nice, quiet life. Work on an old beat up house. Get rid of these trucks I got, except for the monster truck. And when I can afford it, I'm going to pick up an old Chevy and tinker on it. Do the things that I used to enjoy. Go for a ride on the Harley, work on an old car, fix the house, put up a fence, mow the lawn. I can't wait. I see it clear as day in my head. I can't wait. And I'm going to try real hard to network with some folks and see if I can find somebody that wants to throw in. I know I'll have at least 200 grand. And that's only going to go so far in California. But if I can find one or two other people that might want to do something together, it makes it more affordable. It helps having an extra set of hands to work on whatever, people to hang out with. So I'm going to put some things in motion and just see what happens. Bill W. Yo, good morning, brother. Hope all is well. Biggest prayers. Thank you, brother. Have a good day. Thank you, Bill. You do the same, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm excited about going home. Going to the beach. Going to the California coast. Mom's ashes are in the ocean. Go pay respects to Mom. Go see Dad. His tombstone's in San Bruno. My roots, it's where I come from. It's what I know best. And when I get back home, it's going to be okay. ACHAZ, Atchez Wallace. What's up, brother? What's happening? In the Bahamas. Nice, good for you. 15 and 7. Thanks, guys, for hitting that button. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. A lot of tough times out there. There's going to be a lot of folks going through hard times. And going to need to be there for each other. You know, that kind act for a stranger I'm always talking about. More important now than ever. With all the nonsense with this election and our new president and whatnot, when you're out and about and there's drama, do your best to not let it rub off on you, man. You know, don't get involved in all the hype. Don't let people take you out of your game. I mean, if somebody's in trouble, lend a helping hand for sure, but don't put yourself at risk. There's going to be a lot of nonsense for a little while. I think everybody can feel it. You know, before our new president takes office, there's going to be a lot of drama, and folks are going to need to work together. Forget about difference of opinion. Just be a decent person. The Bahamas is good, 100%. There you go. 5 and 16. Thank you. Looks like a lot of folks cut out. Got shit to do. Got to go to work. I've had a long, rough life. Growing up in foster homes, living with a lot of different families, different schools, different friends, here today, gone tomorrow. A lot of the foster homes I grew up in were only a 6-month placement. So I'd be changing schools in the middle of the year. Got to make new friends all over again as a kid. And that taught me a lot, both good and bad. A lot of my angry side didn't come out till later in life. This PTSD crap affects you more as you get older than it does when you're younger. When I was in my 20s and 30s, it wasn't so bad. But now that I see it for what it is, it's on me, right? That's why I say you can't let other people take you out of your game. Be true to yourself, be kind, courteous, respectful, manners. That never changes. Being a decent person, that never changes. You still out there, Eric? Holler at your boy. Something doesn't feel quite right. What about you, LS? You still out there? Eric, I'm here. Cool. Right on, homie. Just checking. Wasn't sure if the gadget, LS, there you go. Just listening. Right on, man. You never know when the trolls are playing fun and games, so I just wanted to make sure everything was working as it should. And keeping an eye out for the trolls. Right on, dude. Good for you. Right on. Yeah. Ellis, I like to listen too. Okay, cool. Right on. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Eric, I was thinking about you, dude. Our conversation about you being down in Texas, man. You ever think about going to California? Maybe that was my problem. Nobody wanted to come to Wisconsin to do a dog rescue. Maybe if I do a dog rescue in California, I'll have all the help I need. You never know. How's that old saying go? Location, location, location. It's sure going to be nice to get out of this cold weather. There's no doubt about it. And this winter this year, very mild. I mean, we still might get blasted with big snow and freezing temperatures and whatnot. I mean, it's only November. But get back to California. I won't have to deal with this. I'm always surprised by California being such a blue state and Washington, D.C. Yeah. Yeah. California changed a lot in my lifetime. It's not at all what it used to be. I wanted to visit you in Wisconsin. Timing was always bad, though, and always something happening. Right on, Eric. I know. No worries, brother. Like I said, I'll get out of here in one piece, hopefully, and start fresh back home. Start off small. I've seen enough that I can afford. Really beat up, really beat up, but I can afford it. And like I said, if I'm lucky enough to find the right folks to throw in on and do something together, it'll make it a whole lot easier. But we'll see. We'll see. Try to stay focused on creating a good future for myself. Everything that happened here really put me through the ringer. I was already angry, and then certain folks knew how to get me more angry and use it against me. But I'm not that dude no more. I just ignore you now. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. As long as you're not a threat to me, I don't care what people do anymore. Not my business. I'll definitely come visit you when you get home. You can give me a tour. There you go. Always wanted to visit Cali. You can always come visit here too. You got a place to lay your head. Right on, Eric. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'd like to see Texas. Maybe take a ride on the Harley down there. If I can get my health back and get to working out and feeling strong again. I mean, I rode out to South Dakota from California by myself in 2006. It was a long time ago. But I'd love to jump on a Harley and ride down to Texas. I don't know what the future has in store. I just know where I need to be and start over. Make sure I got no neighbors close by. I like my peace and quiet. I like my privacy. But by nature, I'm social. You know, I had a hard time dealing with quite a bit. But like I said, since my dog's passed and brings everything into focus, especially the mistakes I made. I'm very honest with myself, always have been. I was ignorant to what was wrong, what was wrong with me, you know, why I was so angry. But now that I've figured that out, I can accept responsibility and change that behavior. Somebody gets me mad, I just let it go. Anyway, yeah, build your sanctuary. There you go, LS, for sure. Yeah, thanks again. You guys are crushing it. I appreciate that. Got to try to get out of here at some point too, though, hopefully sooner than later. I feel like I don't belong here anymore. Yeah, Eric, it's tough being in a foreign environment. You know, that's why I've encouraged you several times to go back home for a visit. Go see some folks. See how it makes you feel. Life's too short to be miserable all the time. And I've been miserable for a long time. And I got to let all that go. I was very upset about all the injustice and how I could get dogged out the way I did, and nobody's listening. Nobody cares. Back home, there's people that'll listen and there's people that care. Same thing for you, Eric. Eric, you mean in Texas? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Been here since 2008 or so, for a while already, but it's just, I'm just over it, at least where I'm at. Yeah, like I was saying, kid, life's too short to be miserable, brother. You got to find your happy place. You know, I could move to Texas, I could move to North Carolina, Maine, Tennessee, Kentucky. There's a lot of affordable places in this country, but I'll be moving into an environment with a bunch of strangers again. I can't do that. I can't put myself through that again. And I've had some great suggestions by some good people down there in the comment section and whatnot about good locations all over this country. But there's no place like home. I miss home very much. I had been so distracted with all the drama living here that I really didn't think about going back home. I didn't think I could afford it. Didn't think it was an option. And then I started looking, and prices of real estate in California have come way down in certain areas. A lot of the big cities, my hometown, you know, if you look up the average cost of a home in Redwood City, it's through the roof. But there's outlying areas that are underdeveloped and rough and beat up and whatnot that are affordable. So I don't care what it is I buy back there. What I care about is being there and being around people that I can trust, doctors that I can trust, professionals, you know, real estate agents and whatever. Like I said, I learned a lot living here, the good, the bad, the ugly. Most of it's been pretty ugly. And I keep saying it because I can feel it and I see it in my behavior. When my dogs died, so did a lot of my anger. It's hard to explain, but it really changed me for the better. For something that hurt so much and still does, it changed me for the better. I'll be a better daddy to my new dogs. A lot of regret. It's a great learning tool. I don't dwell on it and I don't beat myself up with it, but I got a lot of regret. But the fact that I broke a light fixture, and I keep saying this because it cracks me up every time I think of it. Normally I'd be yelling and screaming, and I laughed out loud. And that was like that aha moment, like, yeah, dude, you really did change. You're not so angry anymore. Life, the way things work, or the way they don't work. But the biggest thing is you got to be honest with yourself. You can't bullshit yourself, right, Eric? You can't. You got to be honest about how you feel and about what makes you feel good in life, who you are, what you are. And when other people take you out of your game, get you behaving in a manner that's not true to who you are, it's on you to get back to the basics. Eric, better to be comfortable and have some sort of support system. We need some sort of community. Amen, dude. Dogs are a great way to build community. Some of my closest friends and I met out with my dog during walks. Amen, LS. Yes, ma'am. Once I can get settled back home and feel comfortable enough to be able to get a dog, get 2 dogs, I'll start going to the dog shelters. Everyone around my location, and find a pair of dogs that are already together. You know, every once in a while you'll see 2 dogs that got put into a shelter together and they don't want to separate them because those are dogs that are hard to adopt. Most people don't want to adopt 2 dogs. For me, I have to. Doggies need a playmate, especially little pit bulls. And when I start hitting the dog shelters, I'll be making some doggy friend people. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what the future has in store. I just know I just got to go home and the rest will work out. I don't have big dreams about a dog rescue anymore. I can't. I don't have it in me. After what happened here, that changed me too. I would love to do a little dog rescue. I just don't really think it's realistic anymore. It's hard to let that go. I've been dreaming this dog rescue thing for going on 15 years, but gotta let it go. Wasn't meant to be, at least not here. If something happens back home, God bless. I'll be grateful, but I'm not planning for it no more. I can't. It hurts too much. That disappointment. I got big passion to save dogs. There's no doubt about it. And if I get a little land, big fenced in yard, I can save a half dozen dogs myself, I'm sure. And that'll be fulfilling, right? Come out every day, see my doggies playing in the yard, getting along, having a good life. Makes me feel good. But as far as saving some broken humans, I give up on that. If that was meant to be, it would have happened while I was here. So I'd just go back to my old ways. Just me and a couple dogs, and then maybe a couple more and a couple more. We'll see. Eric. I definitely think it's a good idea to go where you know people and don't have to start off brand new and meet new people. It's hard to trust people. Yes, it is. Well said, Eric. You can be a foster parent to dogs. They always need that. Yeah, the only problem being a foster parent to a dog, I get attached. I don't want to let them go. But yes, I know what you're saying. Dogs bring me joy. They give me purpose, a reason to get out of bed, someone to take care of. And doing that, they give you that unconditional love. It's that symbiotic relationship. Dogs have always given me something humans have come up short on, right? Loving me. And since my dogs passed away, there's no love in this house. Sorry, I get a little reminiscent about my doggies. Still busts me up. Not as bad as it did, but I will miss them to the day I die. But getting some more dogs will help with that. Giving another pair of dogs a good life. Man, now I'm getting all sappy. Sorry. Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, no, LS, I'm with you. And if I make the right connections with the dog rescue and I can foster some dogs and it doesn't tear me up, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Get them out of the cage until somebody can adopt them permanently. I would be glad to do that. It just depends on where I live and how much room I got. Going back to California, I'm not going to be sitting on 30 acres, that's for sure. You know, I've seen 5 or 10 acres with a beat up house well in my price range. Well, I've been at this for about an hour. I got things to do, chores to get after, laundry, cleaning, the usual. But wanted to poke my head in this morning. It's good to stay in touch with you good folks. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. But got shits to do. Always a pleasure. And like I said, be careful. Things are going to be bumpy for a little while in the United States. There's no doubt about it. Be careful. Try not to get caught up in the mess. Kind act for a stranger. Manners, right? Hold the door open. All those things. More important now than ever. So, on that note, love the ones that love you back. Do your best with the rest, no matter who they voted for. We all got to live on this planet together. And I'll catch you on the next one. Johnny loves you. Peace.